Okay, so now we will study Depository Act 1996. So, actually, this Depository Act 1996 brought National Security Depository Limited. The National Security Depository Limited is an organization and it was established to provide electronic depository facility for securities. As you now hear, demat account and trading account and transaction of securities through electronic means, this all is done through NSDL. It covers securities traded in equity and debt market, and the NSDL was promoted by the Industrial Development Bank of India. So, who promoted it? IDBI. This fact you need to remember, and it is not that tough. The UTI and National Stock Exchange of India Limited also were in the part to promote it. That means IDBI, UTI, and NSE, all these came together and promoted NSDL. Legal aspects of NSDL, if we see, so the depository ordinance promulgated by the central government in September 1995 and enabled establishment of multiple depositories. The bill was passed by the parliament in July 1996 and NSDL was registered by the Securities and Exchange Board of India in June 7 1996. So this much you do not need to remember. Major thing you need to remember, that is Depository Act 1995. Okay, now let's go further. Actually, it is a statutory document of title under law. So the transfer of shares are effected by book entries in the passbook of depository transaction, NSDL, and NSDL was registered by SEBI on June 7. So do remember this, that NSDL was registered by SEBI in June 2000. The depository statement, actually, okay, I just forgot the word, that is why I just went to. Okay, so the depository depository certificate is a statutory document of title under law. Okay, so that is a depository certificate. Now NSDL has removed the following difficulties. Actually, this all you do not need to remember. The stamp duty was exempted for transaction in demat form, so that stamp duty also has gone. So that means this has saved your money, right? So this you need to remember. Now large number of paper certificates are gone, manual checking of transfer deeds are gone, refaction due to technical defection is gone, then long time consuming and airing procedure of selling the securities. So this is all gone. Now it is not there. Large number of paper certificate are gone, manual checking is gone, refaction is gone, technical defection due to technical defection, and long time consuming process is now gone. Now transaction of NSDL of the NSDL, of course, these are as under new allotment, security market transaction, that is through stock exchanges. Above can be explained as under. So new allotment means that it is also known as new issue. An investor can hold the share either in physical system or in the electronic system. In the present time, the SEBI has made it mandatory to have new allotment in the dematerialized form. That means not a physical system. Okay, you have to open demat account if you are holding any security. Do remember this. Okay, if any investor wants to opt for the DP mode, then he should specify his choice in his application, and the shares shall be sent to his DP as per the instruction given by the investor. Okay, so investor will be given some instruction, and thereafter he can then purchase. Okay, investor will give the instruction that why do I want that physical depository certificate, and thereafter he will be sent the particular certificates. Okay, next is secondary market transactions, that is through stock exchange. That here the settlement and cleaning procedure are different. That is, seller may opt for the depository mode. Of course, the buyer take delivery in the physical system. Buyer take delivery in the physical system. The seller may opt physical mode, but the buyer may opt electronic mode. Do remember, seller may opt for depository mode. Okay, the buyer may take delivery in physical. Seller depository, buyer physical. Seller physical, buyer electronic. seller and buyer both electronic. If seller and buyer both opt for the electronic mode, then transaction would be smooth. If the seller opt for depository mode, the transaction could be little bit difficult. If seller opts for the broker. If seller opt for physical mode, then the seller will have to convert the security into deposit account and by opening an account. Okay, so seller opt for the depository mode, the transaction could be little bit difficult for the broker. Okay, now next is, let's talk about the roles and characteristics of the depository system, which is really important. That is actually what it does. Okay, so it eliminates the risk of holding a physical security. That means now you can hold in electronic form, so so anywhere or everywhere you can carry it. Then it makes the foreign investment confident to invest in the investment Indian market. Depository system only holds the security listed in particular stock exchange, so that means listed security only it holds. Okay, and reduces the issue of false certificate and issue of bad delivery system. That means risk will not be there. It reduces the risk of issue of false certificate. No false certificate. System restricted the transfer of benami property. No benami property. Eliminates fear of losing certificate and issue of fraud certificate. It provides services related to transaction in security. So that means so many benefits. No like risk of holding physical asset. No fraudulent certificate will be issued, and no benami property, only listed security. You like foreign direct investment will come, and thereafter system provides, of course, this provides service related to transaction in securities and contributes into liquidity of an investment. And then not only protect the investor and companies, also increases the amount of finances in proper way. Okay, so it also increases the finances in proper way, do remember this. And then financial institution, banks and trading members registered under SEBI are eligible to act as depository participant as per SEBI rules. Okay, financial institutions, banks and trading members registered under SEBI can act as depository participant. Okay, then a convenient and easy way of consolidation of account. Okay, consolidation of account, dematerialized form, no benami property, no fraudulent certificate, no physical carrying of the things, and FDI will come, liquidity and investment. Banks can also participate, right? So many things. Now depository system not only maintain the account of the shareholder, but it also collect the dividend and bonus share on behalf of the shareholder. It also collect the dividend and bonus share on behalf of the shareholder. Very very important. Bonus share and dividend also it collects, so very very important. Provides a convenient and easy way of consolidation of account, we have seen. Then takes hold of all the securities which are listed under the Security Exchange Board of India. It takes hold of all the securities. Deposit system, of course, avoids use of stationery and prevent delay in registration of transfer. No delay in registration of transfer. Money will be transacted on the same day, and even the refunds may be generated very easily. Then depository system promotes more activity in the capital market with trading and the genuine shares, and of course genuine shares will be there. Then thereafter properly distributes the dividend and interest on security. It acts as a collateral security for raising the loan from financial institution. Acts as a collateral security for raising the loans. Of course, whatever you may have in the demat account, you can raise the collateral loan for on behalf of that. Helps government in collection of the registration and stamp charges for the sale of security. And under depository system, the security holders can sell and buy securities by which liquidity is brought to the security. So of course that security holder can sell and buy, and transaction is easy. You do not need to be worried about the fraudulent certificate. Your transaction is very easy. Dematerialized account you have to open. It regulates all, like it works under the it works for the listed securities only. All that, those are rules and characteristics of it. So the depository system is well planned system by which the fast functioning and transparent transaction is possible. Fast functioning with transparent transaction is possible. Depository system not only protect the investors and companies, but also increases the amount of functioning of finance in the proper way. Under depository system, investors and companies get more benefit. Depository system boom to the market, capital market, of course, and it reduces various costs and expenses. What are those costs? Even it is exempted from the stamp duty. That is one cost that is there, you could add on, right? Next, let's move further. Then, functioning of depository system, how it functions. So this is not that important. Let's move further. Now, it keeps securities dematerialized form, of course. Supporting deposit and withdrawn involve relationship between transfer agent and or issue. Depository runs process or listing of new issues. Process and listing of new issues also. Dividend interest principal processing as well as corporate action including proxy voting are done. So this one is very important, that dividend interest principal processing, even corporate action is done. That is what proxy voting are also done in the through this depository system. It offers additional services aside from those considered core services. Like these services include lending and borrowing, machine and repostlement. Oh my god, can anyone imagine that? It also lends, it also borrows. I think no one can imagine, right? So it offers additional services aside from those considered core services. What are those services? Lending, borrowing, matching and repostlement. Lending, borrowing, matching and repostlement. Don't forget it. It is depository system. Lending, borrowing, matching repostlement or assistance. Depository provide pledging of security, and depository system avoid forgery, delivery, theft, delay in bad delivery, theft, delay in settlement of the security, and it speeds up the transfer of the securities. So very important, very easy. It keeps securities in dematerialized form. Suppose depository and with deposits and withdrawal. It also does that managerial function like proxy voting and all. Process of listing of the new issues also. Borrowing, lending, matching, repostlement also. Dividend interest principal processing also. So many things it does, right? I hope now it is clear. 6.6 minutes, 6 seconds. You can read it out again. Securities in demat form. Supporting deposit and withdrawal involved. Relationship between transfer agent and or issuers. Depository runs process on listing of new security issues in market. Okay, so new issue also, dividend interest principal processing also, proxy voting also, borrowing, lending, matching, repostlements also, and provide pledging of securities also. No bad delivery, no forgery, no theft. I'm advertising NSDL. Okay, now what are the objectives? See, this is an organization promoted by IDBI, UTI, NSE. So, to provide what? Electronic depository facility for stock trading in the equity and debt market. So all these transactions should be converted into electronic transaction and all. That is why it came. And NSDL was set up to provide electronic depository facility for securities being traded in the capital market. Okay. So again it came functioning of the NSDL. Okay, NSDL security depository enables surrender and withdrawal. NSDL effects statement settlement of the securities traded in stock exchange, maintain holding of the investors, an electronic form, carries out settlement of trader, holding of securities, transactions, withdrawals, and stock exchanges like settlement of the securities traded in stock exchanges. All that is done in this part. Okay, and we have already seen that how many things does it do, and so many things we have seen, right? It functions of facilitate offered can be summarized as under. Performs its function to various participants like NBFC, NSDL, all this. Okay, now let's talk about the dematerialized process in the NSDL. So actually dematerialization, if we say, so physical certificates are taken back, shares are destroyed by the registrar, and equivalent shares are credited to the electronic holding of the investor. Depository participant informs NSDL through electronic mode, and NSDL completes its own account. So first certificate is taken back, it is destroyed by the registrar, then the same amount of shares are credited, and then then you participant depository participant informs NSDL through electronic mode, and NSDL completes its own accounts. Okay, so this is not that important. Objectives, we have seen that manual paperwork is gone, scriptless trading facilities there, facilitation of electronic book entry of the transfer, shortening of clearing and settlement period, improvement in liquidity of the stock market, making orderly growth and development of the Indian capital market. Of course, orderly growth will be there because the transaction will be smooth. Investors will go then come, FDI will come, more and more people will participate, and the government can raise money. It can then plug back somewhere. Like I mean, it can invest because it is not getting profits, of course. So that we can see. Advantages. Okay, now comes the advantages. That freedom from worries, freedom from worries. Okay, freedom from worries of loss and shares of certificate, easy opening of an account with depository participant within 1 day you can open, then reduction in the paperwork and easy selling of shares. Other advantages are also there. No need to apply for the company for registering the shares, and no possibility of loss theft, no fear of any fake stolen shares, and this way you can easily understand. Okay, now next chapter comes. So we have successfully completed this chapter. Okay, see you in the next chapter. Thank you. Bye. Take care.